Here we want to introduce for the luxury vinyl PVC flooring in rolls, and here mainly for two types for your comparison, for your compare. And this one is a homogeneous, and this one is a sponge vinyl flooring in rolls. For both of type, the difference is firstly the thickness. Normally for homogeneous, we produce around 2 mm, but for the sponge vinyl flooring, we produce more than 2 mm, like 3 mm, 3.5 mm, 3.35 mm. And the structure for the second for structure, this sponge vinyl, the structure mainly for three parts. First part is wear layer, second is color, the third is sponge. And for homogeneous, only for one layer, from top to bottom, only one layers. And all this one we can say is the wear layer. And there we can show you the difference for the wear layer. And for example, for homogeneous, when we scratch, for example, normally for commercial areas, a lot of people work on it, so a lot of the scratch every day. Maybe when you scratch on the top, but you can see the old thickness is the same color, so you cannot see the difference. The difference when you do some wearable, do some wear on top, do some damage on top. But for this one, the wear layer is only around the, for example, for your request is 0.365, and when we finish the wear layer on top, you will see the color and you will see the sponge. So it, for example, for when the people work for a long time with damage for the wear layer, you will see the sponge. So it looks very ugly. If you use for some time, you need to how to say, you need to change this one. Maybe for some time when some place is broken, and the replacement is also very difficult. For example, this one roll is 2 by 20. It's very big. If we replace only one place broken, you need to replace the whole piece, and the cost is high, and the replacement is also high. But for this one, if damage for some place is no problem. You cannot see the difference color from top to the bottom. So this is the difference for the one point. And secondly, for example, if you use for the high traffic area, every day a lot of people work on it, and you should consider the safety. For example, if you use for the church, a lot of people work on it, and the people, especially for the women, wear the high shoes. They will like this one, like the high shoes, high wears, like this one. They work on it. You can see there is like the hole, and when you work on it, and the high hairs is very longer, and I think it's not safe. For example, for the stair area, and work on it, it's like sponge, and this one is really not safe. But for this one, a little hardness, but this one is no problem. You can see this one no problem. And so I think the material, when we choose it, not only for the color and for the only like the thickness and the surface, I think is the most important for the long-term usage, for the quality. So that's why we recommend you for homogeneous. This one is especially used for the commercial area, especially for the hospital. For example, we do a lot of projects in all of the world, and mainly choose this one for the hospital. And this one, the most advantages is the wearable overlayer. So this one we sincerely to recommend you to use the homogeneous. If for you don't consider for this one, it's no problem. We can also produce this type, but we want to talk the difference with you in advance. Thank you.